Still respecting this 1 minute bullish imbalance here. Strong break of structure right there, though. I would expect us to try to at least head down into this breaker. Again, we have a 30-minute bullish breaker here. We've got a 15-minute bullish breaker. We've got some levels here. So now I'll just be waiting for us to see what kind of reaction we get off that breaker. We still have that SMT at the highs, daily SMT. One thing I don't love about longing this, but we will see what we do once we trade back into that breaker. One minute bull or bearish imbalance above. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, disrespecting that 1 minute here. Just waiting for us to trade into that 15-minute breaker. Looks like we're going to close below that 5 minute. We'll see here. We'll see here. We're getting strong pullback. We haven't traded into that breaker yet. All about patience right now. All about patience. Yeah, we did get SMT up at the highs as well on the 1 minute. And CES took out this high while NQ didn't. So a lot of SMT at the highs on multiple time frames. But we didn't even want to trade back into that breaker. We're still respecting that bullish 5 minute imbalance right now. We close in about 45 seconds. We'll see how we close. Respecting that 15-minute imbalance still. I did want to see us trade back into that level. We just didn't want to do that yet. Okay, let's see how this 5 minute closes. Are we going to close inside of that fair value gap, or are we going to close outside of it? Looks like we're going to disrespect it here. Closing below that fair value gap. Looks like we're going to try to head down. Looks like we're going to try to head down into that breaker. We got to see like what we're respecting. Our bearish fair value gaps right now. We have to see, are we going to bounce off this 1 minute or are we going to push through it? Again, I'm not too worried about shorting right now. What I want to see is if we're going to come down into that 15 minute and bounce off that level and then look for a long. So we're fighting between imbalances. $15-minute candle close. Still no displacement on either side. Okay, disrespecting our 1 minute levels, bullish levels. So I do expect us to trade down to this level here. So like I was saying, guys, I would prefer to have my stop loss with the breaker. If I was going to get, let's say I got in a trade in the longs up here, I would want my stop loss to be down below. But I'm not going to keep a 100 tick stop if my entry's up here. Right? If I got my entry all the way down here, that'd be more, would be better because then I could keep my stop loss down below around 50, 55 ticks. Sometimes I'm not going to be able to get that entry. Sometimes I'm waiting for that reaction, or we only touch off the top of the level. So again, we're still very volatile, right? We come down, we disrespect a 1 minute level, and then we come right back up. So I'm still waiting for price to be a little bit better. We continue to bounce off of this 15-minute imbalance. All right, so the bias is still long. It's just waiting for those entries because we're not respecting our 1 minute bullish imbalance here. We disrespected it, and then we're pumping right back up. So just want to have a very, very clear, good setup here. So we're slowing down a lot right now. Just waiting for that nice, strong reaction or strong breakout move. Catch that strong breakout move. Catch some good reward on it. So we'll see when that's going to happen here. I will be very patient. So far, I've only tried out one trade. Tried out one trade so far. Half a lot. Got stopped. We had the right idea, right? We had the right idea in the shorts. But leading into news, we saw a lot of chop happening and a lot of volatility. So we just need NQ to make up its mind here. Start showing us something good. Start creating fair value gaps. Maybe trade down into that breaker. That's what I'll be waiting for. Hey, let's see if we do it. From you're still holding from 19670 or 667, sorry. Oh, okay. 667 from here. You're still holding. Where was your stop loss? Did you not have a stop loss? Okay. I was looking at, why did I think you said 20,000? I was looking up here like you got an entry up here. Okay, nice. All right, good. I was like, that's a wide stop loss, but hey, you do you. No, nice trade. That's good. Yeah, I mean, overall, I still want to see these longs come in, but it's just taking a little bit of time. Good morning, Pulenta. ¿Cómo estás? Yeah, right. Like, I guess it just depends how heavy you went in. Okay, so we're coming back down. We've been respecting that 1 minute bearish imbalance. Just still haven't really been ready to short off of that level because I'm still expecting these longs to come in. But we're not creating any bullish fair value gaps right now. No silver bullet setups yet. Nice. Yeah, that's nice. Getting in before market open. I'm really pumped. All right, are we going to trade into that breaker here? Let's see, like, let's say we like wanted to short. Say we wanted to short from up here. Look, which I wouldn't be doing right now, but let's say we did. What would that risk to reward be looking like? Yeah, like 120 ticks, but our stop loss, we wouldn't really have a great level to put our stop loss. Just all depends on where that entry would be from. You know, shorting from that 1 minute again. I just don't like shorting here right now because I still expect these longs to step in. It would be more of just trying to scalp it down to that breaker. But we are just very rangy right now. We're not really picking a direction here. So I'm willing to be patient. Really want to wait for a good setup. Hey, there we go. I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Nice. It's a good mindset to have. Got to get those profits. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of those trades where you sell and then it ends up hitting like a crazy amount of ticks. It's like, I should have held, but again, you still won that trade. So it's still a positive thing. Yeah, we're just a lot of choppiness, a lot of ranging right now. Coming right back down. Let's see if we're going to touch into that breaker here finally. Maybe get some SMT at the lows. Maybe NQ wants to take out this low and ES doesn't. Look for some nice longs all the way back up. See what the VIX is doing here. See, the VIX is still bearish right now, which makes me, gives me extra confidence that this is just a pullback. So I'm looking at the 30 and the 15. So on the 30 minute, we see this bullish breaker, low, high, lower, low, displacement of the high. Bullish breaker right there, highest up close candle. And then the 15 minute, low, high, lower, low, displacement of the highs. We could also, kind of see a bullish breaker here, not necessarily. More up here, and it's more prominent on the 30 minute. And we haven't gotten SMT at the lows. We haven't touched into that breaker yet. Still in this range. Yeah, SMT is huge. It's crazy how much SMT offers, how much confluence that it offers. Like we could see up here, we got SMT at the highs, and then we dropped, right? I wasn't ready to take that trade yet, but we can see that SMT and how much it shows an impact. Our daily SMT at the highs, right? Another big confluence for me. That's the one reason I tried to short up here. Yeah, we do have a lot of buy side. I wanted to see us come down and sweep some more sell side and trade down a little bit lower, get some SMT or something at the lows, and then get that pump up for all that buy side liquidity. We'll see if we're going to go try to take that now. Again, we're still sitting in this range. We haven't broken out of it. We're back into that 1 minute now. Now we're creating fair value gaps, or at least we might be. This is what I want to start seeing. I want to start seeing us create fair value gaps and trade into them. Start bouncing off of those gaps. We are back into that 1 minute bearish imbalance, so we're just kind of battling between bullish and bearish right now. Still not making, NQ's still not making up its mind. So on all this chop, not really a trade I've wanted to take just yet in this chop. Let's see if we want to trade into that 1 minute. If we're going to get a nice reaction off of it. We got a small 1 minute imbalance here as well. See, maybe we want to trade into that one. So we're finally creating some bullish fair value gaps on the 1 minute. Still fighting against the bearish one up here. Patiently waiting. Let's look at some of our higher time frame stuff real quick. One hour, we obviously see we swept that high and we did not displace. 4 hour, same thing, but still looking like we want to try to push higher. And then looking at that 15 minute, still looking very bullish, like we want to push up. We did trade back near VWAP. We didn't trade back into that breaker. My long bias is still there. We're really seeing the VIX dumping. I want to see these longs step in. I just want to have a good entry opportunity. What I don't want to do, guys, is try to chase the longs up here. And then my entry's up here, and then my stop loss is right in that fair value gap that we end up, retracing into. That's not what I want to do. All right, so these longs are starting to finally break out. Maybe. If we can push through this 1 minute. They're starting to look a lot stronger. They're starting to look a lot stronger here. We're creating fair value gaps, showing momentum to the upside. But if we run away, we run away, right? And if I can't get involved, I won't get involved. 15 minute just closed. There's a strong, a decent close on the 15 minute, still bullish close. Okay. So we're seeing these longs finally stepping in, displacing our bearish imbalances. I just still don't have an entry level yet. We still have not traded back into a fair value gap on the 1 minute. That's all I was waiting for there. I expected these longs, but I just wanted to see us trade into an imbalance. See if we're going to get more SMT at the highs. Back in that daily. See if we're going to range right back down, if we're going to finally push through these levels. Fair value gap on the 1 minute here. Don't love getting in an entry in the top of a range, but if we do get a nice reaction, we'll see how far we want to push up. We still have a decent amount of reward up to that high. I just don't love longing from the top of a range. But we finally did trade into a 1 minute fair value gap. Didn't get that entry, but that's the thing, guys. It's longing in a premium is not typically what I like to do. But when I'm expecting a strong breakout, I'll be more inclined to do it if I expect a very strong breakout. But since we are trading back into a daily imbalance up top, I don't love longing from this level. Especially if we get more SMT at the highs. So let's see. It looks like we want to bounce off that 1 minute and continue this trend up. No entries. No other entries for me just yet. So we got this high up here on ES. Same high up here on NQ, failing to take out that high. We keep respecting this 1 minute bullish imbalance. As I was saying, not ready to long in a premium right now. Not in this kind of range. I just want to wait for a breakout of the range if I was going to long anywhere up at this level. So, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of expansion. We did go grab external liquidity today so far. I want to see a little bit more expansion today because I'm not expecting it to happen any other day this week. I wouldn't necessarily expect it to happen tomorrow on a short day and pre-holiday. I wouldn't expect it really to happen on Friday. We might see some expansion on Friday, but I'd want to see today be that day. So we've seen a little bit so far. We've already taken yesterday's high, at least on NQ. All right, so the longs are going. So we took out that first level. We got some SMT at the highs so far. NQ's taking out that high. ES has failed. Let's see if we might look short here. If ES starts to drop, I might even look to short this back down to the bottom of the range. If we continue to get the SMT, if ES comes up and takes out that high, I'll still be looking long. Back into that daily bearish imbalance right now. ES does not want to sweep that high. Still failing to sweep it. We might see these shorts start to step back in from here. Still in a bullish, overall in the day, we're still in a bullish trend. But every time I see SMT like this in a higher time frame bearish imbalance or bullish imbalance, I start to expect us to get retracement back to the other side, especially since we've been ranging. We just swept buy side. So we'll see what we do here at the highs. We'll see if ES wants to push up and grab that high or not. Strong 5-minute close on our last 5-minute candle. Good morning, Greg. What up, what up? We've tried one trade so far. We tried one short. One short over here. Barely got stopped on it. It did play out how we wanted, but just took a little while because of that news. And it was half a lot, so that's the only trade I've taken so far. Just been waiting for better price action. We're finally seeing a little bit better price action. But we didn't trade back. I wanted to long from down here. We just never traded back into a fair value gap, so I never got an entry. VIX is still heading down. Did ES sweep that high? ES just touched up off that high there. A lot of wicks here. A lot of wicks. Got a few imbalances below. On the 4, the 3, the 2, and the 1, right? We've got all these imbalances down here. So we're just stalling a lot up here. Now we're starting to see a lot of small body candles, not a lot of follow through. Okay. NQ or ES is now taking out that high. Just waiting here for something better. All right, pretty boring movement right now. Pretty slow. Still don't like anything I'm seeing just yet. And I'm telling you right now, guys, unless you you have to have patience. You have to be willing to wait for your setups to show, to get in trades, because let's say you wanted to get in a trade over here. Let's say, yeah, sometimes it does work out to where you chase price and you have a terrible stop loss and it never comes back and hits it. It does. It can work out sometimes. But plenty of times it does not work out. You chase price because you don't wait for a setup and it comes back and stops you out. And I'm not going to let myself ever do that. Right? There's certain times I'll be more aggressive and try to catch that breakout move. But I'm not one to chase price. So now that we're seeing us really break out, this is when I'll start longing from up here. I will look for longs up here now to push through this daily imbalance. We still overall have SMT. We haven't taken out that daily high up there, but it looks like ES wants to target that daily high. So we'll see what we do up here. Still want to see us, use a fair value gap. Keep pushing. Let's see where that our next levels of liquidity are up here, though. We've got one up here at the top of that imbalance. We still have our daily SMT right now. So no fair value gaps created up here. We swept liquidity. We've come back down. I just don't see any entry levels I want to take yet. Still gonna wait for a really solid entry. There's a nice close in the 5-minute. We've got this 5-minute imbalance down here. Still got daily SMT. We've grabbed buy side liquidity. Might see some strong pullback. See ES. ES just traded down into that 5-minute bullish fair value gap here. SMT at the lows here. There you go, Jay. Nice trade. Nice trade. Yeah, that's a great level to just take your TP. And the daily imbalance as well after taking a bunch of buy side liquidity. Why is it showing my Apex account? I need to reconnect my main broker here. I'm gonna stop streaming for a sec. I'm gonna reconnect my main account here. All right. Okay, so we did just trade back into that 5-minute. I'm still a little bit more cautious to jump into the longs here after seeing that liquidity sweep at the highs. But that is a nice reaction we're seeing off the 5-minute. Let's see what kind of reaction we're truly going to get. Again, I'm still not in a rush. I just really want to see good confirmation. I do like that we're trading into that 5 and we got a bounce. What I don't like is buy side liquidity sweep. No displacement right now. 15 minutes about to close. Daily SMT still at the highs. But just no bearish for value gaps being created, so. Alright, ES is pushing down below that 5-minute. We might start to see the short step in here. You're seeing that pullback, no displacement on the 15-minute. No displacement on the 5-minute. Let's see what kind of reaction we're going to get. It looks like the shorts want to step back in here. So I'm going to start looking possibly for shorts, depending on if we create a good level or if we react off this 5-minute or not. ES completely displaced that 5-minute. NQ is really trying to push through that level. The VIX is starting to pump a little bit. Looks like we want to start getting a little bit of pullback. So I do want to look to maybe short back down to the bottom of the range here. But again, I'm not going to chase. I need to see a good level. We're still in this 5-minute bullish imbalance. So I would need to see a very good level for me to want to short off of. If we're going to push up like that off that 5-minute and still respect it, I won't be looking to short. Okay, we're still bouncing off that 5-minute right now. All right, and this is why I'm just trying to be very patient. This is why I'm not rushing into entries. Okay, because I'm getting confluence. We still have that SMT at the highs for the shorts, and then we come down. ES disrespects the 5-minute. MQ trades into it, and then we bounce back up. So, still just trying to be pretty conservative here. But strong reaction off that 5-minute right now. Even after ES came down and completely displaced that level. Let's see what kind of follow through we see here on the 5. A lot of volatility here, guys. Completely coming right back down. A lot of volatility. This is the stuff that will destroy your account. That's why you see me being very, very, very careful about what entry I want to get. Right, when we see this 1 minute candle come up, how many ticks? Goes up 96 ticks, and then the next 1 minute candle comes down over 100 ticks right after. You want to be careful with that. Shorts are trying to step back in here. We're all over the place right now. Still no entry levels I like on the 1 minute or on for the shorts, and I still don't even like entering in the longs. Even though we keep bouncing off these imbalances below, I still don't really like getting an entry after seeing what just happened on that the previous two candles there. Yeah, it's getting pretty volatile. And that's why you guys have only seen me get into one trade so far today, guys. One trade. There's been one other trade I've wanted to take. I've really wanted to take, and I just didn't have the entry. It was these longs down here. Wanted to see us trade into a fair value gap. That's kind of the only other trade I've really wanted. Besides that one other short we took. I think that's one thing a lot of people don't realize, especially people that are new to trading, is they think, I mean, this is a natural instinct, so I understand because I used to be like this too. But a lot of new traders think that you need to be taking every little setup you see. On the 1 minute time frame, every little setup. Now, some people do that, but that's just not, I personally don't believe that's the right way to trade, so you're not going to see me do that. But I do notice a lot of newer traders, because you know, I did the same thing when I was first starting. You know, just taking a ton of trades because you think every trade is a setup or every little thing is a setup. I just don't believe that. All right, DC Morenos, you take it easy. Have a good rest of your day, man. Hold on to those profits. Or if you, I don't know if you traded actually. Did you take any trades? Okay. All right, man. Good discipline today. Hey, there we go, dude. There we go. Wait, you trade the longs from here or you trade the longs from down here? Did you trade the longs from our 5 minute imbalance? Oh, at 6:30. Oh, nice, dude. There we go. Are you still in or are you out now? So we're breaking back up again. Still respecting that 5 minute. Let's see if we want to trade back down for this fair value gap and then see what kind of reaction we get off of this gap here. Yep, I love the discipline, Greg. Love the discipline. Yeah, I mean, these are tough conditions today, guys, and this is why you see me. This is why you see me not taking any other trades yet. Tough conditions. Very volatile, very rangy, very choppy at times. Very unpredictable. Like this. Let's see if we're going to push right through that imbalance or if we're going to bounce off of it. The next level would be at the highs up top. We'd have to break through this daily bearish imbalance, which is tough. Which is tough, right? I will look for longs if we are going to see a strong reaction off a 1 minute fair value gap here. But just want to be careful. Just because of this ranging we've been seeing so far. This is why. But if we come down and we see a strong reaction back up, I'll start looking for longs. I'm going to try them out. I'll test them here. I'll test them. So my entry ended up being, I got filled a little bit higher than I wanted. Just half a lot here. I'll keep my stop down below. I don't want to keep, I'll keep a 50 tick stop down at 20,086.25. But I'm not willing to go into a full position just yet. I'm not willing to go into a full position just yet, but I am trying to catch them up to the high, and this is a tough trade because we got to see us push through this daily imbalance. So again, I wouldn't take first TP here because that's only 36 ticks. I'd probably wait and take a first TP around a 2 to 1, which would be about 100 ticks, or just wait until we hit that 127 tick mark. Again, we're still looking very bullish from here, so I am in the longs. I do like the setup. I like that we bounced very aggressively off that 1 minute. But now we're at the top, so we got to see if we're going to get that follow through from here or not. And this is another trade I'll cut early if we're going to come right back down aggressively. My entry is at 20,098.75. There we go. All right, so we're starting to push. Again, just in half a lot. This one pretty much will just be looking to make my loss back from that first trade and maybe a little bit more on top. I'm going to make this a risk-free trade here. I'm just going to move my stop to break even. And I'm going to hold this all the way until we can take out this high up here at 20,130.50. That's where I'm going to put one limit order up there for one of my positions. Okay, so if I sold everything right now, well, not anymore, but if I would have sold everything at the top right there, I would have been, back break even for the day. But I do want to see, now that we've broken out of the top, I want to see if we're going to go hit that level, sell one of my positions, move my stop into profit, and see how much we're going to pump. Because it looks like we could break out from here. So again, if I sold here, I'd be back in profit on the day. I'd be around break even. But I'm willing to hold this one. I'm not that far in the red on the day overall, so I'm not too worried. So how many ticks have we hit? So we've hit about 70 ticks, right? So you could take profit. Could take some profit. But I'm willing to just hold this one, whether it hits me at break even or whether I get up to that 127 tick mark for a first TP. I really want to see us push through that level. Go for that high. See, we have another fair value gap down here. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, we've had more than a 1-to-1 on this trade so far. So again, you can always take that profit, especially if you got in a full position. I wasn't really prepared to get in a full position yet. Just wanted to test out half because we were already at the top of the range. Just testing that breakout. So let's see if we can get that follow through here. All right, so I got my stop at break even, 20,098.75. I got my first TP up at 20,130.50. And we'll see if it's going to go. We are still in this daily imbalance. Just remember that we still have daily SMT at the highs. So we really got to see ES pushing through, going to take out yesterday's high, which is this line right up here. And that's why I just moved my stop to break even. I didn't want to keep risk on the table. I wanted to make this a risk-free trade. So we're sitting around 60 to 70 ticks right now in profit. About 75 ticks now. About 80 ticks now. There we go. We're pushing. There we go. See if we can reach that level. I might even just scale out of a position up here. I don't even know if I want to hold all the way. Let's see. If we start to stall, I'll just scale out of one. If we start to stall a little too much. Okay, we're near the top now. What I don't want us to do is come right back down because of that SMT at the highs and end up stopping us out at break even when we could have grabbed some profit. But I don't want to sell myself short either, because we are moving up pretty aggressively. So what I'll probably do is start trailing a stop into profit. We'll see how this 1 minute candle closes here. I'm just gonna sell one here. I'm gonna get rid of that limit order up top. So I just sold one. Keeping my stop at break even for now. I just want to secure that profit at least. And again, if we trade back down into this level, I'll probably add back into my position. Okay, so I sold one, just took profit right around 80, 90 ticks, somewhere up here, 80, 90 ticks. So the win is secured. It's a risk-free trade. I just don't want to not secure profit up at around 80, 90 ticks, around a 1 to 2, and have us come right back down and stop me out because of that SMT at the highs. So we're coming back down. See if I want to add back in at this 1 minute. Imbalance could be a decent add at this 1 minute bullish imbalance here. We're about to close on the hour, so we do need to be careful of a strong volatility. You know, some strong volatility at the close of the hour, but we're about to see strong displacement. We just have this hourly imbalance up here. We got to be, a little bit careful of. So let's see what this new hour has for us if we're going to see a strong drop here, if we're going to continue to the upside. This is one that if we do keep breaking out to the upside, I would keep holding for a while. But we got to be careful with this hourly open, what we're gonna do, because we could see some strong pullback. So I'd be willing to add back into another contract here if we, get a nice bounce from here. Not on a strong bearish candle though. It's gonna move my entry level up, which will make my break even a little bit higher. But I'm willing to make that risk and then look for a re-entry. So we'll see here. We're getting a reaction off of it so far. I'll add back in. See how it moved my break even pretty far up there? Right, so that's the risk I'm willing to take to try to catch this one back up. 20,130.50. I'm going to put another limit order there again up here. So now my break even moved up, but that was a good add so far. Let's see if we can go take out that high. Take some profit there, which will then move my break even further up. So we'll see, guys. We could get stopped out of break even, and then I would look for a re-entry at that point. It was a good add. We got to bounce off that 1 minute. We're just not seeing that follow through. And that's just the risk I'm willing to take to try to secure a little bit more profit on this trade. Again, it's still risk-free, so I'm not worried about it. It's risk-free. Okay, so now from that re-entry, or from that entry point right there, that TP level is about 92 ticks from that re-entry point. So still pretty good TP level there. Let's see if we can make a push. We're stalling a lot. We're getting a lot of chop, so we'll see if we can make that push up there or not. Still have SMT at the highs. But the nice thing is, when you have a risk-free trade, you can just sit there and watch it play out. You don't have to have any stress, stress-free. We've already taken profit, so it's already a winning trade, whether we get stopped here or not. Well, let's see if they can keep pushing us up then. Let's see if it'll keep pushing us up. So we're about 50, around 50 ticks in profit here from that re-entry point, or from that add. So we don't have a ton of room, but we, ever since we added in, we've gotten a nice bounce back up. We'll just see if we get that continuation. If we're going to want to come stop us out first. If that's the case, I'll look for a different entry. So a lot of chop right now. Moving down a little bit aggressive. All right, that's the one thing I don't like, is that our stop is in that fair value gap. So it doesn't really give us much room for error there, but as I was saying, I would just get a re-entry if we do stop me out, or I'd look for a re-entry depending on how our price action is looking. Pretty close to the stop loss here. Back into that 1 minute fair value gap. Let's see if we can get that pump now. We'll see. It's kind of like yesterday. We got very close to our stop loss. We have a 5 minute imbalance below, but these long wicks up here is what I'm not liking. I'm not liking that on the 5 minute. I don't want to see these long wicks. I do like that we bounced off the 5 minute bullish imbalance. That's pretty nice to see. But just still very choppy. Very choppy. So we'll see if we can break out of the chop, if we can break out of this little 1 minute range here. Or if we're going to keep ranging back down. Again, you could take your profit up here if you'd like. I'm going to hold through. At this point, I don't see why not. I'd rather take my profit because I have a risk-free trade. There we go. We're starting to push. Again, another good TP level, over 60 ticks. But the only thing I don't want to do is take TP at 60 ticks and then my break even moves all the way up here. Then I get stopped out before the actual breakout happens. Okay, we're almost at that next TP level, not full TP. But I do have one sell limit up here to secure some profit. About 90 ticks from that re-entry point. Again, this is still a good TP level. We're still at 70 ticks. I mean, from our original entry, we're up a lot more than that. But I'm liking these longs. I'm going to keep holding them. I want to see us hit that limit. I want to see us push through that liquidity level. And then see if we're going to explode through, because we are pushing through a daily imbalance. If we push through the daily imbalance, there's potential that we could really make a run. We could rally pretty high up. Look at the 4 hour. I mean, we don't have external liquidity until all the way up here. So we're almost at that next TP. Let's see if we can hit it. Really want to see us hit that level here. Yeah, exactly. And I would just hold on to one contract for the rest of the day, honestly. I would let it run all day. If we're going to rally through this daily imbalance, if ES can come sweep and actually take out yesterday's high, I would hold on to these longs for the rest of the day. Just with one contract, I'd let it run. We are very close to that liquidity level. We're almost at that next TP here. See if we can take it out. for some more profit. Again, you could take TP. You don't have to hold through. I'll even think about taking TP if we're going to stall too much up here. And then I'll just get rid of that limit order. Here's what I'll do. We're almost there. Just going to get rid of that limit order real quick. I'll just look to take TP up here. I don't want to take TP too low. I want to see us come back up for me to take some TP up here. The one thing I don't want to do, guys, is take TP here. My break even moves all the way up here, and then I get stopped out and miss out on the true expansion move. That's the one thing I don't want to do. But I also don't want to leave too much profit on the table. So that's what I'm debating of doing right now. Let's see, I'll put that limit order back. I'll put that limit order back there. Let's see if we can reach it. We are just stalling a lot up here. Can we push through? We're around 70 ticks in profit. See if we can make that push. We still see the VIX being very bearish here. At 55.40, 55.42. On ES. Right around yesterday's high. Yeah, right around yesterday's high. I do want to see us reach that level. Okay, I'm still holding strong here. Diamond hands here for me. Let's see if we can go take out that TP. We're almost there. We go. All right, so now we took it out. So now our break even is all the way up here. So I'm going to put my... That's the one thing about that, adding into a position like that. Is now my break even's up here. But again, we'll see now. I'll just let this one ride. I'll let this one run. Again, I'm not in a ton of profit right now, but I did make my losses back, so I'm really happy about that. I haven't added into a full position yet today. If I get stopped out at break even here, I'll be back in the green. And if it wants to rally and explode to the moon, then I'll be in a lot of green. I mean, I think we're at least going to keep running until ES reaches that yesterday's high. Again, we could very easily come stop me out at break even here. We're pretty close. We're not that far into profit right now. From that, since my entry level moved all the way up after taking profit. Let's see what we do here. Just happy to be back in profit now. Now I've got a little bit more leverage, got some more wiggle room here for the day to be able to catch another nice setup. So pretty solid win. Either way, we should be in the green. You should not be in the red today after this. After this, you should be in the green. All right, so now I'm out. So I'm back in the green. Nice trade there. Got that re-entry and that 1 minute fair value gap. Original entry was all the way down here, I think. Or where was our original? Yeah, original entry I think was all the way down here. So we caught a good amount of ticks on that one. And these longs could keep stepping in here. These longs could keep stepping in. They really could. We might just see them keep rallying. So I still want to look for another entry. We've got a lot of room to go up. The thing with ES is once we reach this high, we've got a lot of liquidity up here, so we could see a little bit of a pullback. Yeah, right. These conditions are difficult. So being in the green is a great thing on a day like today. And that's all it is was patience, guys. All it is patience. We've only taken 2 trades today. We've only taken 2 trades. And when you can manage your risk and add into your winners and let your runners run, that's what it's all about. So my bias is still long until we actually would break structure. If we broke structure, it would change. Then I would look for shorts to come refill some of this imbalance in the market, some of these inefficiencies. But for now, I'm still thinking longs. Bearish heavier contracts right now. So we'll see. ES is still struggling to get up to yesterday's high. Look at that. We're almost there. ES is almost there. It's chopping real bad. We're seeing a lot of chop up here, not a ton of follow through, so we could see that break of structure and we could see a rebalance in the market. We're right around London close here. Let's look at our AM range from the high to the low. We definitely could see that AM range reversal here back down into a discount, which would be right in that 15-minute bearish fair value gap there. So I would just wait for a break of structure, wait for a true reversal pattern to form, and then I would look to short all the way back down to VWAP. We still have that SMT at the highs. Okay, that's a strong bearish candle there. Now I'm just waiting for a good entry level. I think there's potential that we do end up coming all the way back down to a discount here. What I want to wait for is for us to touch into a good level where I can have a good stop near the highs. I want to have a stop. If I'm going to short this, I want to have a stop near the highs. And try to catch it all the way down. I think there's potential we come all the way down here, AM reversal, AM range reversal here. Around 300 ticks, right, from where we're at right now. So we'll see. We still have all this bullish momentum. So we got to be careful. I would need to see an actual break of structure, market structure shift for me to short this, which we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen that shift. We're still respecting the bullish imbalance here. Bounced off that 5-minute imbalance below. So I would really need to see us come down aggressively, close below, if I was going to jump in the shorts. I'm not just going to jump in the shorts to jump in. But it is a potential trade setup to catch that reversal back down. Especially when we still see SMT, we still see ES struggling to break through the highs. Okay, we still want to rally up here. We're in a range right now on NQ. We're still in a range. We're still in this chop. Remember, around 8:30 Pacific time, AM Pacific time is London close, and we do often see price reverse right back down to a discount if we're bullish or into a premium if we're bearish. Yep, that 1 hour bearish for value gap up top. We are in that. You guys can see here. Small 1 hour right there. Right now, I'm really just waiting for us to show me a nice break of structure. Get in a short position, ride it all the way down to a discount, get out, call it a day. At least for, we're still going to trade our other session later, but that's what I want to see. I mean, I've been thinking about getting really aggressive and just getting an entry up here, but I want to have some confluence here. I want to have a good level to short off of. I don't want to just rush into the shorts just for the longs to keep going. But I am starting to see a lot more confluence. Let's see if we can actually displace this 1 minute. ES is starting to head down again. See if we can make a lower low, displace these lows here. Don't want to do it, if I'm going to short this, I don't want to do it too prematurely. To where we go up and grab liquidity one more time. That's why I really want to wait for confirmation. Especially because we are so bullish so far. I'm not just going to short a bullish market just to short it. Okay, but either way, so far, we're back in the green on the day. Should be back in the green on the day. 2 trades, half lot positions, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. We can't seem to push through this 1 minute imbalance or this 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, right? A lot of imbalances below. A lot of support here. Let's see if we're going to come down and try to displace these levels. Five minutes about to close. Still respecting this imbalance right now. All right, we displaced the 1 minute, displaced the 2 minute. That's what I want to see. I want to see us bouncing off a 1 minute order block here. Still in the 5 minute imbalance. I do expect these shorts to start stepping in though. I'm going to test out the shorts here. Accidentally got into a full position. Didn't mean to get in a full position, but I'm willing to hold a full right here. I'm willing to give this one a shot. So I'm in a full. I'm just going to keep a stop just above at 45 ticks. 21.15. I did not mean to get into a full. I double clicked that, but I'm okay with being in a full here. It's just a little bit more aggressive than I would have wanted, because we still are in that 5 minute bullish imbalance, but I am liking this setup a lot. Let's see if we can get that fall through the downside. I've got my stop up at 21.15. Now let's look at TP levels. There we go. There we go. Here we go. I mean, I'd be looking to hold this one all the way down to this low down here. Let's see. I want to take TP a little bit earlier. There we go. I might just make this risk-free, guys. I'm going to make this risk-free. I'm moving my stop to break even. Oh my gosh. There we go, guys. Look at that entry. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if I want to take some TP. 74 ticks. I kind of want to hold through. I mean, this is an aggressive drop. I think we're going to try to go all the way down here, so I'm willing to hold this one with my stop at break even to try to come down and take out this low. I'm going to put a limit order at 20.6125 for a TP, and it's risk-free, so I'm okay with holding this one. So pretty good drop so far. So far we've hit 73 ticks. Could take a first TP. I kind of want to hold all the way down. Maybe I'm being greedy, but this looks like that AM reversal here, all the way back down to a discount. And again, it's risk free. So if I get stopped out at break even, I'll look for a re-entry again. Okay, we're getting some strong pullback up. We have a lot of imbalances down here. We have a lot to push through for sure. We've got a lot that we're going to need to push through. So it might be hard for us to push through these levels. You can take TP though. We hit 70 ticks. You could take TP. I just want to hold through. I want to hold. Again, I might get stopped out here. If I do, I'll look for a re-entry. That was a pretty perfect entry. We got in right as that drop happened. We'll see if I get stopped out at break even here. I could very easily get stopped out at break even here. Strong pullback to the upside. Don't have a lot of room left. I will look for a re-entry in the shorts again though. I'm hoping I don't. I'm hoping we really want to break down. But guys, this trade is one that is pretty big reward here. So let's see, all the way down to a discount is what I'll be looking to hold till. About 286 ticks. So I'm, maybe a little more than 286. So I don't want to cut myself too early, because I am looking for a pretty big reward. And I do expect us to really push down. Just this 5 minute, we got to close below this 5 minute. I'm not liking the reaction we're getting off that 5 minute right now. Let's see if we come up and stop me out here or not. Oh, wow. I got a lot of slippage on that. That was ridiculous. So that's annoying. That's really annoying there. I don't know where that volatility just came from. Okay, well, that one didn't work out. Somehow I got slippage of like 20 plus ticks on that one. So now I'm back to break even. Even though I had a break even stop loss, I'm back to break even on the day, which is very frustrating. But again, it is what it is. That is unexpected. Unexpected. Even with the stop loss there, I got a lot of slippage. Didn't fill me. All right, so that trade was looking pretty good. It was looking pretty promising, and then out of nowhere, just like, look at how many ticks this candle just moved. 140 ticks. That candle just moved 140 ticks in 1 minute. With no news, nothing that I know of that would have caused that. So sometimes things like that just happen. Pretty frustrating, but it is what it is. So, I was willing to hold that one down, guys. I really thought that was going to be that AM reversal, and it wasn't. So now we readjust. Looks like that was just pullback. Still respecting that 5 minute. Pretty aggressive move there. See what we do now when we trade into this 1 minute here. All right, well, I would be in profit, but because of that slippage, now I'm not in profit. But there's some things like that you just can't really, you can't really control. Maybe if I would have had my stop a little bit into profit, I would have been good, but wasn't looking to do that. So let's see if we trade back into this 1 minute here. If we're gonna explode to the upside and not get any real AM reversal or AM retracement. Pretty crazy 5 minute close there. I want to see if we're going to trade back into this level. Yeah, I mean, did anybody take some profit down at the lows when we were there? Yeah, right. A lot of stop losses. Well, hey, that's not a bad thing to do there, Jack. You secured that profit. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I was willing to hold that one because I did see the potential of us coming all the way back down. Something that I see happen in our market very often. But didn't happen just now, so. So, I mean, I'm back back at break even. So, it's been a funny day so far. I mean, my bias would be back in the longs now after seeing that kind of aggressive move. But if we look, we don't have any external liquidity really until this high, all the way at 20,273. And then at all-time highs, all the way up at 20,371. But I mean, after seeing that pullback and that crazy close on the 5-minute, respecting that 5-minute imbalance, I would expect us to continue long here. So we'll see. The market's been a little bit all over the place today. I mean, overall in the day, we are still bullish. Even with this pullback that I wanted to see, I would still be bullish on the overall because I just would want to see us come down, retrace, and then go back for the highs. But now, I mean, we're not really coming back down here. Isn't that nice, Jack? Isn't that nice when that happens? You like accidentally sell your full position and then it works out perfectly. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy candle there. I'm expecting these longs to step back in now, though, after seeing that. Oops. But I just want to see us pull back into a good level. I mean, this is a trade where after seeing that kind of candle, I would probably just hold on to this one. We'll see what happens. Again, overall, we're still very, very bullish on the day. Extremely bullish on the day. Look at that. So, I mean, we could be going for the high all the way up here. As I was saying, today's the only day I really expect a true expansion move in the market. But now I'd just be waiting for a setup. Now, yes, it's finally reached yesterday's high. Finally reached yesterday's high. It took it long enough. So we didn't even touch into that 1 minute fair value gap there. I wanted to see pullback to look for a long position. Yeah, that makes sense, Greg. Yeah, 100% I get that. Let's see if we're going to get any kind of pullback here. We're now at London close. This is when I would expect that reversal, but with price action right now, I'm not expecting that reversal anymore, at least not for the time being. 21.63 at the bottom of the 4 hour. $21. Oh, 163 up here. Yeah, we could see us reach that level. High, low, higher, high displacement, the low. Bearish breaker on the 4 hour for sure. That could be a strong resistance level. Let's see if we're going to give us any opportunities to get involved in these longs right now, though. We'll see. We'll see. You know, and if I'm not offered another opportunity, I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to force a trade. We've now taken 3 trades, right? One loss, one win and one what should have been break even, but ended up being a little bit of a loss because of that slippage. Technically break even, because our stop loss was at break even. But now my account is like $50 in the red because of that slippage when I was around 4 or 500 in the green before that last trade, right? So that shows you that I lost $400 or $500 because of that slippage, which is not very typical unless you're trading in the news, which we were not doing. So and these things happen. There's some things that are out of your control sometimes. You can't let them affect you. Just gotta learn to accept it, learn to understand that it happens and move on. See if we're gonna get a bounce from this 1 minute. Appreciate that, Jack. Appreciate that. Alright, so we're now touching into that 1 minute. Let's see. It'd be pretty funny if now we see that reversal. Still could. I wouldn't expect it right now, but we still could see that happen. Let's see if we're going to get a reaction off this 1 minute and keep heading up or not. Strong pullback on that 5 minute doesn't really make me trust the longs right now. Doesn't make me trust the longs just yet. Seeing that 5 minute wick like that, don't like that very much. Yeah, bearish for value gap up here. Few higher time frame bearish for value gaps up top. I mean, we're in the 4 hour, we're in a 1 hour. A lot of bearish levels. So we could still see that AM reversal come into play. But we're still in a very bullish trend. So we would have to see another strong break of structure, market structure shift again, for me to short that. There's some strong pullback here. See if we want to take out these lows, start pushing through that 1 minute bullish imbalance here. Five minute wicked all the way back down. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Again, I don't need to take another trade. I don't want to force any trades. I will still look for another trade. But also, sometimes we need to give ourselves a little bit of a break. We need to sometimes take a little break from the screen time. Maybe step away, clear the mind, come back. Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're bouncing off that 1 minute. See what the VIX is doing right now. VIX is still bearish. See if these longs want to keep stepping in. I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to wait for... I think we're going to need to wait for lunchtime macro, maybe around 9:10, 9:20 Pacific. Maybe even wait for lunchtime to be over. Again, we've taken out a lot of key buy-side liquidity levels up top. And we're still not seeing a real pullback retracement move, but we are at that London close. So I do want to be careful. I don't love longing from here after we've taken out most of our buy side external levels, and we don't have another one for, all the way until 273 up there. We're in a bunch of higher time frame bearish imbalances. It's the only reason I don't like to jump back in the longs up here. But as long as we are still in a bullish trend, the trend is your friend. Remember, you can keep riding that trend until it proves otherwise. The SMT at the highs here. So what I'm thinking about here, guys, again, I'm right around break even. I think what we should do is take a little break, relax our eyes a little bit, relax our brains, get off the screen for a second, maybe step away for a few minutes. I will come back. I'm going to take a quick break and then come back and look at my charts again. See during that lunchtime macro if we're going to make any moves. All right. Have a safe trip, AZ Sunshine. So yeah, we're gonna take a little break. I'll come back on my charts. I'll look for something, look for some setup. Again, we have our educational session at 9:30. I'd be willing to still look for trades if we see good price action during that time. We're still gonna plan on education. AZ Sunshine, I think what we'll do tomorrow, we're not gonna run book club because our market is closing early. I think tomorrow if you're okay with it, we'll push it to next week because of our early close in the market. I think people are going to be off getting ready for the holiday. It is leading into the 4th. So if you're okay with that, we can take a break from book club tomorrow. I didn't really think about the early close. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, I'll still do education today at 9:30. So I will see you soon, and then I'll let you know. Keep the notifications ready just in case I am going to hop into a trade. I will call it out for you guys, all right? Yes, still reading Think and Grow Rich. So I think chapters 8, 9, and 10 are the chapters we're reading right now. 8, 9, and 10. But yeah, guys. All right. So again, keep those notifications on just in case I am going to hop into a trade. Yeah, I think it was a great day overall. Even if we are break even, technically we should still be in profit. But I think it was a great day overall. I think we managed our risk fantastic. I think we took good setups. Exactly. So, all right, guys. God bless you. I will talk to you all soon. Take it easy until then. Go take a quick break, all right? Rest those eyes, rest that brain for a second. We'll come back and get ready to go at it. All right. Peace.